Hey guys, welcome back to the Spill Podcast. I'm your host, Vivian Rose. So, here is my little kind of like mini episode that I do in the middle of the week. I'm super excited to talk to you guys about effective study habits to ace your finals. So, next week I have my finals, so I'm actually pretty nervous for them, but I have lots and lots of techniques to tell you guys today for my mini episode. So, if you haven't noticed, I did go back to my original music for my mini episodes. I'm so indecisive. You guys know that, but let's get right into the episode. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is don't study everything the night before. That is the worst mistake you can ever make. It's less tiring and stressful to study for an hour every day for a week than staying up all night studying for 8 hours straight. So when you know you have a finals, you have tests coming up, try to schedule out at least 2 weeks before and start to study little bit every single day until it gets up to the test. Schedule time to study every day. Go through all of your homework and review and study the questions you got wrong. So when you do that, you're usually you just bypass the question you got wrong and just be like, this is my grade. But you actually have to look into see why you got those wrong and learn how to do it the right way. Because most likely they're going to be questions very similar to the ones that you got wrong on your test. So it's best to go back, review, learn how to do it. And most likely the questions from your homework and tests are going to be they may not be spot on, but they may be very, very similar to the questions on your finals. Next is don't train yourself reading through textbooks. I hate reading textbooks, so I don't do it that much, but I have other effective methods I like to do. So schedule time to read through your textbooks, because obviously you do have to read them, but you don't have to read 30 minutes a day. Try to read at least 15 minutes a day of your textbook and kind of highlight the important things, write down notes in your notebook, things that maybe feel like they mean a lot or they put an emphasis on it. So I definitely think you should read your textbook still, but just kind of use the 80-20 rule and study for about 15 minutes in the textbook and then move on to a different study method, which I'm talking about right here, which is like a lifesaver. I use the YouTube channel Amoeba Sisters for biology class. Biology is such a difficult and tedious subject, but when you watch a video on it, they really, really explain it. So good. So go to YouTube, type in Amoeba Sisters. If you're taking biology, then do this. I'm sure they do physical science too. If you're in 9th or 8th grade, they do physical science, I think. But if you're 10th grade and 11th, they do biology and chemistry. So if you're taking those classes, then check out their YouTube channel. They literally go through the processes of everything. Those difficult vocabulary words and stuff, they give you ways to remember it. Lifesavers. I also like to use Khan Academy. It covers every single subject there is. I mainly use it for geometry because geometry is such a difficult subject for me, so I like to watch them break it down on there. Next is try to build study habits. So think about taking notes in class on sentences that your teacher emphasizes. So if your teacher, she'll repeat something twice, and that's something you need to write down because she's obviously hinting to you guys hint, hint, write this down, but not deliberately saying it directly to you. And at the end of the day, review everything that you learned and make your own little Kahoot or Quizlet for review to make sure you have all the information in your head. So when you get done with all your notes for the day, when you get home and do your homework and stuff, so you can keep these, retain this information in your mind, everything that you learn, your vocabulary words, your other things, try to make it into a little review game, or you could do a mock test or something. I'm just saying a review game because it's more involving for me. I can't just do a mock test, I'll just get so bored. So I like to do Kahoots or Quizlets, stuff like that, because it really helps retain the information, but in a little funner way than just writing it down. Also, for more on building habits, I recommend the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. I recently got it from Target. I absolutely love it so far. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but I'm a pretty good bit in, and it's so good. It really talks about the science of habit making, and it's not a boring type of science because it's psychology. That's why I love psychology so much, because it's not just a normal type of periodic table science. It's actual life science on things that can apply to you daily. So I really like this book. It really helps you on building habits, even for school if you're a student. Next is to use flashcards. So that sounds really cheesy and stuff, but I literally love flashcards so much because I can't just read something and retain it. I have to keep looking at it and keep play a game with myself in order to retain information. So I bought flashcards and cute markers and stickers to decorate them because you gotta romanticize that school life. But I have a lot of cute index cards. So like I got ones that are plain, but I decorate them with like my Sharpies, my stickers, my washi tape, and stuff like that. I got a cute case for them too. I'm so excited. But I made one for biology, so I'm like every single vocabulary word that I get, I write it down on there, write the unit name, what class, semester, all the information in the corner, and then the vocabulary word in the middle, and then on the back side I'll write the definition. So it's kind of like a game. Like you look at it and you try to guess what the definition is, and you flip it over and hopefully like you're right and stuff. I love that so much because it really helps me to retain information in my mind. I do that with literature as well because there's a lot of vocabulary in literature, so I love to do that. Plus when I do so, like it helps to improve my grades because I'm able to remember these type of like formulas, vocabulary words, like really anything. I can remember it when I put it on a flashcard and like flip it and stuff. I also like to save these flashcards, and like from lesson 1, day 1 first day of school, all the way till like before finals, because that is literally like your whole semester worth of studying in flashcards. And like I've been doing that, and literally I'm just reviewing the flashcards that I started making on the first day of school, and it literally only takes like 10 minutes a day to make them, and it's incredible. Like I have all my vocabulary words written from the whole semester, and I'm able to just look at them and try to retain them. Next is to don't skip classes. And I know this is like a thing that's broadly covered, but if you're gonna skip classes, which don't do it, you're on your own if you skip classes. But if you're gonna skip classes, you should have did that like weeks ago or like months ago. Like for real, this is not the time to skip classes. Literally, in my science class last year, my teacher gave us super close questions to the final exam, and she literally asked most of the same questions. She just like switched them up a little bit. Like if the question was, this is just an example, if the question was what is Vivian Rose's name, she was like, what is the name of YouTuber, podcast, or whatever. Like she'll make it super similar, or sometimes she'll be spot on with the question. It's so weird. And so like I love that so much though, because like you can literally like have the same exact questions. Like right after she gave us that in that Zoom class, I took the test right after. I aced it because she literally like gave us the answers. And I really like, your teacher may not do exactly that, but she may or he may give you very similar questions. Also, you can ask them if they have any review games for the whole semester, like Kahoots, mock tests, or extra credit stuff, because doing those type of things from your teachers are intentionally making these things for their students. So when you go up to them, they're like, okay, she's putting in a lot of effort. And if you almost like, if you have like a 69 and you have to have a 70 to pass, that teacher realizes how hard you tried and how much you come to ask for help, how many review games you do, how many like everything that you ask them for, and they'll probably, this happened to me, my teacher literally like just pushed my grade to a passing grade because they saw how much effort I was putting in and how much work I was putting into it. So I feel like you should definitely try to build relationships with your teachers because those can definitely pay off, and also put in the effort, put in the work, because nothing comes like, free and stuff. Lastly, complete all extra credit possible. Even if you don't think you need to, do it. My teachers gave me study guides for each class, and if I complete them, I can get a 10 extra credit points on my exam. So they gave me, for my world history class, they gave me a study guide to do. I'm going to do it, and I'm like halfway done with it, but when you finish the study guide and you turn it in to the teacher, they give you 10 extra points on your final exam. So no matter if you get 100, you're getting 110. If you get a 90, you're getting like, it's crazy. Like I'm definitely doing that. Also, my biology class is so cool because literally, like, my teacher said that if you score higher on the semester exam than you've done on any of your other tests this year or semester, she'll replace your other tests with the score from the semester exam. And that is like a lifesaver because like I'm the type of person who's like, I will do so good on the lessons, but the anxiety of the test just like rips me apart. Like I won't do good on the test, but I can do good on like each lesson and each everything other than the test. So weird. But I definitely think you should ask your teachers if they have any extra credit opportunities, review type of things, mock tests, extra homework, different things like that, because it sounds like a lot of work, which it is, but you have to put in that work so that you can get the grades that you want to, and just at least try your best. And knowing that you did your best, you won't go back with any regrets. Thank you so much for listening to this week's mini episode, and don't forget to check out the show notes because I have all the links and everything down there to check out. And I'll see you guys on Monday for my new episode. Bye!